Welcome to Cycling Demystified, brought to you by Foundation Bike Fit and Frequency Cycle Works, the podcast where we help you take your cycling to the next level by sharing the knowledge from experienced bike fitters, mechanics, and the hidden players within the bike industry.
Hey guys, Way from Foundation Bike Fit here, and back for another shorts episode. Just wanted to give you a quick one this week about sizing and bike sizing again. Always having lots of conversations and seeing lots of people come through the studio who are wanting to buy a new bike. And certainly it's the season now as turning into autumn. The end of the season, companies will be selling off their excess stock. There'll be deals to be had and so on. So people are definitely turning to thinking about that new ride for the next season, snapping up deals and so on. But this is a really important tip I want to give you, which applies to everyone who is looking for that new purchase, and something you should be doing before you go ahead and buy that bike to ensure that you get the right thing. And I want to set the scene. And obviously, as a bike fitter, I am always encouraging people to go for a fit before you buy your bike. But this isn't the tip. This is the prerequisite, I'd say. Getting a bike fit before you go and buy your bike is really important and probably applicable to most people who want to be buying a bike, unless you're really dialed into exactly what you want. Even if you are dialed into exactly what you want, maybe you're buying a different bike, say a gravel bike or a road bike or a triathlon bike. And different bikes require different positions. So if you need a different position, then how will you understand, or how will you know for sure what that new position needs to be? And so before you commit to your bike, you need to find out. You need that knowledge. You need that reassurance. You need to feel confident that the thousands of pounds, probably most bikes are thousands of pounds these days. If you're going to drop thousands of pounds or even hundreds of pounds, that's still a significant amount of your hard-earned time and money. So, the thing that you don't want to be doing when you are buying a new bike is guessing. You don't want to have to be guessing about stem length or handlebar width or crank length or what saddle you want to be using. Certain things you will just know from your previous experience. Some of that stuff will just be established already. So maybe you've found your favorite saddle and you can keep that across different bikes. You know what kind of handlebar width you want. And if you're, say, for example, go for a road bike to a gravel bike, maybe you want to go a little bit wider for a bit more stability. Maybe you don't. Depends what you want to do. But the main point is that you need to find out for sure what you are buying and what you need. And of course, one of the best ways to do that is to go in and get a bike fit, because a bike fit allows you to explore. It allows you that opportunity to play around with a position, with different positions, with different components and different shapes and sizes and bends and angles until you're satisfied that what you're going to get, what you're going to order is the right thing. Otherwise, it's a bit like guessing your shoe size. Maybe you'll get it right, maybe it's okay, but getting the wrong size shoe is relatively innocuous. You just send back the shoes and so on. Bikes, yes, I know you can buy bikes online, you can send them back, but it's a real pain in the ass. So wouldn't you rather figure out before you went and bought something that it was the right thing? Now, here's the thing that I really wanted to kind of get into today, and that is, the best way to figure out your new position is to go and get a bike fit. But in order to do that, you need to find a bike fitter, ideally, who has a size cycle or a fit jig. Essentially, this is an adjustable piece of equipment, an adjustable bike that will allow you to replicate any position. Now, not all bike fitters will have this piece of equipment because they're expensive, they're hard to use, they're a little bit cumbersome as well and take up a lot of space. But they do serve a very specific and really useful purpose, and that is to allow you to explore to whatever degree. Like, you can explore everything that you might need to for that new bike, to recreate that new bike before you buy it. And so this is opposed to getting a bike fit on your actual bike or your existing bike to play around with position there and use that data from that existing position to kind of guess a new bike. So, some bike fitters do that, and that might be fine, but you're still limited by the shape and the geometry and the restrictions of that current bike. If you're doing a bike fit on a bike, you're always restricted by the limitations of that particular bike. And there'll be certain things like crank length, saddles, which are kind of hard to change. And particularly with the advent of integrated cockpits and handlebars, then maybe you can't change the handlebar position at all. And so, again, that limits what you can explore. And so it limits your choice or confidence in what you're about to buy is going to be the right thing. So the best thing you can do is to find a bike fitter with a fit jig, like we do in the studio all the time. We use a purely custom jig. And this allows you then to rapidly change all the different variables on the bike. And usually, like say with our one, you can actually change the position whilst someone is riding. So this gives a rider the best possible chance to experience a different position dynamically. Literally, you can move the handlebars back and forward as many times as you want as they're pedaling. So you can feel in real time what is going on, or measure in real time what is going on. And so, yeah, that's the tip. Try and find someone with a cycle and quiz them about it. Not all cycles are equal as well, but essentially you want to make sure that everything possible is adjustable on it, including crank length, handlebar width, handlebar shapes, different saddles. We've got like a rapid saddle changer on our cycle, so you can rattle through about 10 saddles a minute if you really wanted to. And maybe also consider how well stocked that bike fit is with all the necessary equipment. So with different handlebars, there's lots of different handlebar flares. If you haven't listened back to our episode about the anatomy of a handlebar, then go back and listen to that one, because you'll suddenly realize that there is an awful lot to handlebars to consider. You've got to consider width, reach, drop, flare, angle, and then anatomic shapes, and so on and so on and so on. So even just in handlebars, there's an awful lot of variation. So does that bike fitter have the necessary components for you to explore fully kind of what you're going to be doing? If you're doing gravel, do you need a flared bar? Where do you need that flare? How wide do you need to go? If you are doing triathlon, what aero extension shapes do you need? Do you need one with a high rise or low rise or straight? Do you need a bend which is inverse or not? What do you need, and can we test it? Even down to helmets. What helmet shape is going to work for you? Short tail, long tail. All these things need to be taken into consideration, and the more you can test them, the better it will be. Even like shoes, we allow people to test leg shoes during the fit, and if it works for them, that's great. But at least they've had that experience of what it feels like to be put into a really, really good shoe with the right shape and arch support that's going to fit them. So yeah, hopefully that gives you some food for thought. And if you are thinking about that new bike, you're not sure, there's a little inkling in there where you're like, well, should I be a certain size, or do I need a layback seat post or straight seat post? Should I go 110 stem or 100mm stem? What angle should it be at? Find out. Don't go and guess at your new bike, because it's just going to cost you even more money, even more time when you have to try and fix it afterwards, and you're just going to feel a bit frustrated and a bit of a wally if you buy the wrong thing. So yeah, there is a way. Get a fit first and then buy your bike. And the best way to do it is to find a bike fitter with a cycle. All right. Hopefully that was useful. And as always, let us know if you have any questions about this. We're going to take a little break from recording these shorts on a Thursday. We've got like another exciting little project on the go, which should be releasing quite soon in October. there, I've said it. I've got to do it now. But yeah, we're just going to take a little bit of break from the Thursday Shorts episodes. We're still going to be putting podcasts out every Monday, the regular kind of longer podcasts. But yeah, just buying back a little bit of time so we can make this project happen. But keep your eye on the socials, on Instagram. Get on a mailing list if you're interested in finding out what this new project will be. I think it's going to be really cool. And it will allow lots of our listeners from abroad who are beyond the reach of our BikeFit studio in London to just take advantage of some of the services and knowledge that we have. Until then, have a great rest of the week. We'll catch you on Monday for the regular podcast. All right, over and out, guys. Ciao.
Suffering from numb hands, tingling toes, and any other persistent discomforts when you ride? These are all signs that your bike fit could be improved. If you're bike fit curious, get in touch with Way or Matt by emailing info@foundation.fit or finding them on Instagram @FDN_bikefit. Finally, for all your bike servicing needs, custom dream bike or hand-built wheels, go to www.frequencycycleworks.com or find me on Instagram @frequencycycleworks. Until next time, keep on spinning.